What's going on YouTube? It's Ben, and in today's video, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret about how I was able to get super successful, super fast when I started my recruiting agency. Alright guys, I am Ben Nader. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, you definitely should be, but you also probably don't know my early story, which is from an early age, pretty much being on eBay, Amazon, flipping things on Craigslist, from iPhones to baby strollers, and unfortunately working those dreaded 9-to-5 wage slave jobs. That is all up until I started my recruiting agency, which changed everything. So those of you that don't follow the channel frequently, or you're brand new, or you don't know my story, basically I started a recruiting agency and I made over $100,000 in the first 6 months of sending my first cold email, which was the first real money I had ever made. It was super fast, it was super incredible, and I'd never done anything like it, and it had just been amazing. My business has scaled ever since then, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. So that's the early story to where I'm currently at, and we're gonna talk about the secret about how I was able to scale that quickly, that successfully. So when I was scaling my agency at first, in the first, second, third, fourth month, I actually didn't even realize how fast things were going and how big things were happening. I would go to the bank and I'd realize I was cashing a $5,000 check. Like, I'd never cashed a $5,000 check. I cashed a $10,000 check. My biggest deal ever at that time, I cashed a $37,000 check. Just like it was nothing. I thought there was like a special process or something like that, and there wasn't. It was just $37,000 goes into your account, and I was just mind blown about like the entire thing. And it was just so fast and so rapid and so high growth that I couldn't even realize how fast everything was moving to 6 figures in that first 6 months. All right, so let's get over the cheesy title. What's the big secret? How was I able to do this so successfully, so quickly? How did that happen? You're not supposed to keep secrets, Ben. You don't have any secrets. You give all your secrets out up front. So what's the big deal? Here's the basic gist of it. And bear with me, please, because you might not totally get this. Not everyone understands this exactly, but I'm going to try to explain it the best way possible. So when I started my recruiting agency, pretty much I just didn't care. I didn't care about the success of it. I didn't care whether it was going to win or not. I didn't care if it was going to be my moonshot or lottery ticket or anything. I didn't care if a client responded in the first week, the first 2 weeks. I had a mindset where I just didn't care about anything and just put in some work. That's all I did. To put it in really, really simple terms, I pretty much had zero emotional attachment to this business. As you guys can see, like, I'm a really laid back guy. I'm really, really casual. I have the hat on like 90% of the time, mostly the hoodie or the t-shirt. Like, I'm pretty laid back. My mind works in the same way. Now, my mind works intelligently, but it works in the same way. And I don't put focus where focus is not necessary. So while I implemented this business, I also didn't attach myself entirely to it. I put all the mechanics necessary in order to get it running and actually do things like send emails, find good potential clients, talk to candidates, make things work out properly, but I actually didn't attach myself to its success, if that makes sense. Honestly, my only focus was putting in the work and repeating that process as I saw the money coming in, and simply rinse and repeat pretty much. Now, I think this is something that a lot of salespeople will get, no matter what sales type of position you're in. If you're in sales, you definitely understand this if you have a quota. Let's say it's mid-month and you're in a total slump, right? And it's coming up on the last week of the month and you haven't sold anything, or maybe you've sold 10% of your quota. You sort of adopt this mindset sometimes of, I don't care, or just let it happen, right? And you kind of just don't care when you go out and go through the motions and let things happen. You just let the process go through the process. And things sort of happen when you do that. There's a certain energy that arises, and people win a lot when you do that. And it's sort of magical and kind of unexplainable, but people that are in sales can definitely relate to this. And I know that you are if you're in sales and you're watching this video right now. So to be 100% clear, as the title says, this isn't really a secret. This is more of a technique and tactic that I utilized when I first started the agency, the not caring, just letting the process go and not attaching myself to it. And so for that fact alone, I want to let people know that you can sort of extend this into further concepts, right? For instance, if you put your focus on a lack of something, you're going to get more of a lack of that something. To the converse, if you put your focus on an abundance of something, or for that matter, don't even put your focus on it at all, you might have a totally different outcome or get more of that thing. Ultimately, I just want to say to those of you that understand fully what I'm talking about here, or maybe if you understand it partially and you're just getting a grip on it, I just want you to understand that when you adopt this attitude and you don't fully attach yourself to the outcome, there's a certain aura that arises, there's a certain energy, and when you change that dynamic, things get a lot different. It's like wanting something so bad, it's just putting out there that you want it so bad, you're probably not going to get it. Versus if you just kind of don't care or focus on maybe having it and it coming to you, like the dynamic changes. And I think that's really, really important for everyone to focus on in recruiting, business, entrepreneurship, everything overall. If you put in the work and you do the right things will happen. 80 to 90% of everything that you do is all mindset. You always have to remember that. The rest of it is basically just going to be grunt work, putting in all of the effort that you need to put in, and the rest is mindset. But that 20% or so is just simply practical mechanics and doing the effort. All right, guys, so if that was valuable to you, definitely smash the like button below, please. I would really appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to this channel and you like to hear about topics like recruiting, business, startup, investing, things like that, definitely hit the subscribe button as well as the alert button so you know every time I come out with a new video, which is pretty much every night. And on top of that, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Until then.